Greetings. In this video, I'm going to share a series of products that make great reference points for homeschooling parents. I'm one of those homeschooling moms that has never used a complete box curriculum. I've always been eclectic in my delivery, and when I'm gathering my material, it comes from many different places. But one thing I wanted to make sure that I was consistent on was to make sure that I'm hitting all of the standards and the objectives for the grades that I'm teaching for that year. So every year I print out the standards for English language arts, for math, for science, for history, social studies, and all of the main subjects, and I go through them and I make sure that I have material that is going to focus on those particular standards. I found an awesome seller on Teachers Pay Teachers that has taken the standards, turned them into I can statements, and has also provided visual representation of what the standard means. So here we have an I can statement, and an I can statement is basically a standard that has I can in front of it. So instead of the standard saying cite textual evidence to support analysis of what the text says and to make inferences from the text, it says I can cite textual evidence to support analysis. To the right of that, they have provided a visual example of what that means. Now, the standard sheet that I'm showing you right now is for 6th grade English language arts, been laid out in a way that is parent friendly. It's not in a way that is more teacher jargon or professionalese, if you will. Is written very plain so that a parent could understand what that standard means, and then you can look at the picture and see the representation and the example that's been provided. Here is an example of what the kindergarten math looks like, and this is the one that I used last year. When you purchase these, you get approximately 60 to 80 pages worth of standards. So every standard is written in this way, and it tells you what the standard is. And many times if you look at standards online, or if you print them out, it'll have that number, it'll have the letter and what it means, or that section of math or English that it's referencing. So here it says I can write numbers from 0 to 20. I can represent a number of objects with a written numeral 0 to 20. And here is the example of that. Here we have I can understand the relationship between numbers and quantities. I can connect counting to cardinality. And then it gives you an example there. Very plain, very easy to understand. Sometimes you'll see that a block will be left blank intentionally because it will be the end of that section, or that standard will not be relevant to that particular grade. And here I'm going to share with you, this is 6th grade English language arts. I can analyze how a particular sentence, chapter, scene, or stanza fits into the overall structure of a text and contributes to the development of the theme, setting, or plot. And then it shows you this puzzle to represent how it all fits. I'm also going to share with you 8th grade math. Now I just pulled a random sheet out of the binder, and this is Geometry 8.4. Understand congruence and similarity using physical models, transparencies, or geometric software. This is the standard, and this is the visual representation. So I think that these visual standards are an awesome addition for any homeschooling parent who is pulling things together for themselves, and they want to make sure that they stay on task in hitting all of those marks that are supposed to be met during that school year and during that particular grade. You can put them in a binder like I have here. I have them in a binder, or you can cut them out and you can bind them and sit them to the side on your desk, or have them sat in a place where you can just easily get them when you need to look at them. Or you can place them on your wall. So when you want to work on certain standards, you can place them on your wall. And once you've mastered, or your students have mastered those standards and those objectives, then you can remove it and move on to the next set. So there's many different ways that you can display these, and you can use these, and you can refer to them. They're also theme-based. So in the beginning, you'll see math standards, and the theme will be like the pictures. So there's art, there's owls, there's camping, there's space. There's many different themes that you can print out to go along with your standards. So if you plan on having an area on your wall, it can be themed to reflect whatever you're doing, or whatever the theme is for your classroom or for that particular area of your home. They're also color coded. So the math and the reading, they will all have different colors. So these colors around the borders will all match that particular subject or that area that the standards are referencing. So there's many different ways that you can use these. They also have a full page option. Now I purchased the option where I can cut them out and I can put them on a ring, or I can keep them off to the side. They also have a full page option, and they will be facing like this, and it'll have like the visual representation of what that standard is. That's separate. You can purchase them just for math or just for ELA. You can purchase them as a bundle, and the bundle is only $7.99. They have standards for math from K through 8, and there's also science standards, which is excellent. So if you're one of those parents that loves to do unit studies, or you're really not, again, using one particular publisher or curriculum for science, but you want to make sure that you're hitting those marks, this gives you the freedom and flexibility to do what you want to do, but also making sure that, okay, we need to address these standards here. That these products are something that you can use. They've been very beneficial for me. Even with all of the years that I've been homeschooling, I find it easier to be able to refer to these and know exactly what we need to work on. And then I can also show my children so we can see together what it is they're supposed to be working on at that particular time. So I'll leave the link to all of these in the description box below. And I look forward to posting another video for you in the future. Peace.